Assalamualaikum and dear all. So I will give a briefing on PharmCare Clerkship I. So it's mainly on cardiology and nephrology cases. It will be handled by Dr. Sabariah and myself. So there are several objectives of this clerkship. So at the end of this clerkship, you should be able to develop certain skills. So one of them is to identify obtain medication history from medical records. So you need to clerk case and you should be able to get the necessary information from the case record. And also you also need to get the additional history from the patient itself. And the second is to identify the signs and symptoms of cardiac or renal disorders. So you need to do some background reading of some of the cardiology cases like hypertension, heart failure, and also in renal cases like end-stage renal failure or ERF, and understand the pathophysiology of these diseases. Okay, number 3 is to review medication or treatment in the ward. And number 4 is to identify pharmaceutical care issues or any drug-related problems in the case. And you also need to provide your justification and also your recommendation to all the TRPs that you have identified. Number 5 is recommend, modify, monitor, or evaluate pharmacotherapy of the cases. And number 6 is to demonstrate the ability to counsel and educate patients regarding medication to optimize the therapy. So bear in mind that you are not allowed to straight away give the recommendation based on your DRP to the patient. You will need to discuss with the preceptor or ward pharmacist there first. And before you interview the patient, make sure that you introduce yourself first. You mentioned that you are the USM pharmacy student, so you want to interview them to get some additional history on the medication that they're taking. And you can only interview them if they allow you to do so. Okay. Number 7 is to communicate competently with patients, ward staff, nurse, doctors, and peers. Okay, so week 1 you will go to the hospital, and on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So you will go to C7 and CRW. So you will divide yourself into 2 groups. The first group consists of 6 to 7 students, and the other group is maximum 4 students. So the first group will go to C7. So Puan Gaya or Mr. Ruyan will be the USM preceptor there, so they will wait for you there. And the ward pharmacies in each ward is Ms. Bekala and Mr. Ong for C7 and Ms. Tan for CRW. Okay, so they will be your preceptors. So in the ward, you need to do case clerking. So you can use the PWDT form, which is uploaded in the e-learn. And you need to follow and monitor the progress of your patient. And you are expected to participate in the discussion as well with the USM preceptor and also the ward pharmacist. And also join ward rounds if possible. And also you need to discuss case with your USM preceptor. Okay, so this is the schedule. So you will depart from USM at 8 a.m. sharp. And as soon as you got there, you divide yourself and you go to your respective ward, either C7 or CRW. So in the ward, you need to introduce yourself first to the sister in charge, or the nurses, or the ward pharmacist, and also the USM preceptors, Puan Gaya or Mr. Ruyan. So they will be there waiting for you. And for the case, you can work in pairs, so 2 students work on 1 case. And then, as I mentioned, join ward round if possible. And in the afternoon, you can continue case clerking. Okay. On the second day, it will be the same in the morning, only that in the afternoon you need to do a case discussion with your USM preceptors or the ward pharmacist. Okay, so make an appointment with them to do the case discussion, because you will be assessed by them for this session, okay? And for week 2, post-clerkship, it will be held in the clinical lab. So on Tuesday, there will be cross session, which is pharmacist round simulation. And on the second day, there will be a CBCR session, which is case-based clinical reasoning. Okay, so for the cross session, it will start early at 8:30 a.m. So you need to be in a clinical lab sharp at 8:30. So we will start with a case study exercise. So you will be given a case study in e-learning, e-learn at ESM, photo, and you need to bring your own laptop to access there. And you will be given a case together with a question. So you need to answer the question within 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. So bring your own reference book. So if you have a pharmacotherapy handbook or a pledge application or drug info, any reference book that you want to bring, so you can bring them. So you can refer to this book during the session. And then after the exercise, we will discuss the case. And then we'll have a short break, and then we will start with the cross session. Okay. So in this cross session, you will be randomly assigned to pairs. So it's not necessarily the same with the one that you have, with the pair that you have in the hospital. So we will randomly assign you to pairs, and you will be given several cases to choose. So you choose one, and each pair will go. So each pair will do it. One by one. Okay, start with the first pair and then the second pair. So you will given a few minutes, like 10 minutes, to prepare the case first, and then you will be called in to the room. So there will be two person in the room. One will act like a physician or the doctor in charge, and another one will act like a patient. So you will be the pharmacist in charge. Okay, so we will have like a discussion. Usually, maybe it takes like 20 minutes. Okay, so 10 to 20 minutes. And then the second pair will come, and then followed by the third pair. Okay. So in the afternoon, or as soon as we finish with the first session, you can start to prepare with your case for the case presentation on the second day. Okay. So the second day would be CBCR, which is a case presentation. So you present the case that you have clerked in the hospital. So follow the presentation template, which is uploaded, will be uploaded in the e-learn. And each pair was given 20 to 25 minutes to present. Okay, and followed by 10 to 15 minutes of question and answers. So you need to present to your colleagues or your friends, and make sure that all of you engage with the discussion, and you are required to ask questions. And also, I might assign you to give like a marks to your students depending on their participation during the discussion. Okay, and in the afternoon, you can prepare with your case, because if there are some things that you need to add in or you need to revise based on the earlier discussion, so you can revise it, and then you can submit it straight away on that day, or if you need more time, then you can submit at the latest on Friday this week. Okay, so that's all. So these are the evaluation percentage. 30% case discussion with preceptor, 30% of course, 30% by CBCR, and 10% of attendance. Okay, all the best.